By the time we finally reached the gates of UA, I was convinced the city was trying to kill me. It was supposed to be a 30-minute trip, at least according to Hikari. For her, maybe. For us, it turned into a 4-day survival test. First, Itsuka didn't make it through the subway doors in time. She was standing there, all smug, saying, "See? Easy." And then the doors closed right in her face. Hikari and I just stared at her through the glass while the train started moving. She waved, I panicked, and Hikari groaned like it was the 100th time she had dealt with this. 10 minutes later, we met her at the next station. Sweaty and laughing so hard, people stared at us like we were feral animals. Then came the moving stairs. The first time I saw them, I thought it was some sort of quirk trap. The way they kept swallowing people and spitting them out at the top was not normal. I planted my feet and refused to move. For a full hour, Hikari tried gentle persuasion, logic, even bribery, but nothing worked. Itsuka, however, lost patience after exactly 53 minutes. She rolled her eyes, muttered something about country foxes, and kicked me right onto the stairs. I screamed loudly, and then I was at the top, perfectly fine, with my pride in pieces and Itsuka laughing herself sick at the bottom, but fine. By the time we finally escaped the underground and the endless crowd, the sun was melting down the side of the buildings, and the air was thick with that strange smoke again. It made my head heavy and my skin sticky. My tail drooped. Even Itsuka looked wilted. Hikari must have noticed because she stopped at a street stall that hissed and steamed like a tiny volcano. "You both need fuel," she said, already handing over a few coins. Whatever she bought was golden and dripping in oil and sugar. The bundle called them taiyaki, fish-shaped pastries filled with something warm and sweet. I took one bite and forgot all of my complaints. It was soft on the inside, crisp on the outside, and completely unfairly delicious. Grease ran down my fingers, and I didn't even care. For a moment, sitting there on the curve with the city roaring around us, everything felt lighter. My feet still ached, my ears still rang, but my heart felt full. And then Hikari pointed ahead. "Look," she said. Through the last stretch of street and heat haze, the gates of UA rose like something out of a story. Tall and gleaming, touched by the last cold light of the sun. We'd finally made it. The closer we got, the quieter everything felt. Not the city itself. It was still rumbling somewhere behind us, but inside me, things finally began to still. UA wasn't just a school. It was a fortress of glass and steel and sunlight. The outer gates arched high, engraved with the Academy's emblem, and the walls beyond got every trace of the setting sun, turning the whole place gold. The front courtyard stretched wide, paved with pale stone that shimmered under the last light of day. Tall trees lined the walkways, real ones, so trimmed and arranged into perfect order. Even the air felt different here. Cleaner, somehow. Cooler. I could almost see the ghost of that old sports festival still lingering on the arena walls. Hear the echo of the crowd, the rush of the wind, the burst of cheers when Hikari's name was called. The day felt both a lifetime ago and a single breath away. Itsuka whistled low beside me. "So this is where it all happens, huh?" "Yeah," Hikari said softly. "This is where everything begins." I tilted my head back to take it all in. The towers reached higher than I remembered. Flags snapped in the wind. Beyond the walls, I could hear faint laughter, voices straining somewhere inside, the steady rhythm of something alive and unstoppable. For a long while, none of us spoke. The city's glow reflected off the gates, washing everything in copper and crimson light. My chest felt tight, but not in the bad way this time. More like standing at the edge of something vast and bright, something that could swallow me whole if I let it. Maybe that was what balance meant. Not choosing between the forest and the city, but learning to stand where they met. I glanced at my sisters. Hikari's smile was calm and certain. Itsuka's eyes shone with that restless spark that was always ready to challenge the world. And me? I just wanted to belong here. Somewhere between the trees and the sky, between fear and fire. I took another bite of my pastry, the sweetness settling on my tongue like courage. We'd made it, and somehow it already felt like the beginning of everything.